Hey guys, Kevin here. I'm the man with the plan from Majesty Marketing Solutions, and this is Shopify email marketing. I think it's episode 1.3. So today we're going to be discussing timing, design, and copy. I'm trying a new filming location here, guys, so let me know what you think. I kind of like this. It's light, it's airy. I like this. I think the sound is going to travel well, and I'm not all kind of crammed into my office there, so I might be shooting in the kitchen area a little bit more often. But without further ado, let's jump right into the information, try and keep this video short and concise, and just provide some value for you guys. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so let's jump right in. So the first thing we're going to cover is design, and one thing I want you guys to keep in mind is less is more overall. So less images. You don't want to have your images be too large of a file. Anything over 600 pixels in width is going to start to cause problems for you. Any like super HD images or something like that where the file is large is going to start to cause problems for you and get your emails triggered to go into the wrong set of folders. We're looking to have our emails go straight into the inbox or into the updates folder. We want to stay out of promotions and out of spam, so less is often more. Less fancy elements, less pizzazz. Don't get me wrong, pizzazz is good, but try and keep it to a minimum. So if your email is 100% text with no branding or unique elements whatsoever, it'll probably get marked to spam manually or just completely ignored. If there isn't some kind of greeting or something that reminds that person who this email is from and kind of what this email is going to be pertaining to, often the people will start to filter it or just straight up ignore your emails. So you're going to want to find something unique, even if it's just the header that you always put in there or a certain way of greeting them, so that it's readily identifiable that this messaging is coming from your brand. You want to find that balance where it's simple enough that it still feels kind of personal, but fancy enough that it still gets their attention without triggering promotions or spam folders. So on the copy side of things, you want to keep your copy simple to the point. Avoid trying to be overly clever because some people might not get it, or overly cute, because if they miss the joke or if they miss the point of it, then it's no longer an effective piece of copy. You want to be concise, but try and have a little bit of humor. Humor is always good. Everyone loves to laugh. It's not about having the world's best copy. It's not necessarily this thing where you have to say the exact right words to that person to get your mission accomplished. But what you're trying to do is trigger a conversation, trigger some kind of emotional response, or kind of get them excited about whatever it is your email's talking about. I've said this a few times in some of these videos, but you want to try and make your copy as personal as possible. You want that person to feel like somebody took a minute out of their day to send them an email about whatever's going on in your business. And you want to compliment them, you want to make them laugh, you want to intrigue them, you want to get them thinking about certain things, you want to add value. Anything that is a positive outcome for them, you want to try and include that somewhere along the lines in your email sequence and your copy. At the end of the day, a lot of your copy is going to be directed towards selling, but you want to add some value in there so you build a real relationship that this person wants to engage in conversation with you and wants to continue to open your emails and participate in the promotions and things of that nature that your business is going to put on. Now, timing actually depends. There's so many factors in timing as far as what that person is doing at that specific time during the day, what time zone they are in, customs of that culture maybe, depending on areas of the world you might be emailing. There's just no exact perfect timing. You're going to have to test this and try different things. You have to ask yourself questions like, who am I emailing, when they might like to read these emails. Okay, so let's say you're sending out an email for, let's say 5 o'clock. Now 5 o'clock is typically around dinner time, but if you anticipate that person's going to be busy, because you understand and know that typically most emails are read 3 to 4 hours after they've been sent, we're talking about 8, 9-ish, the kids are getting ready for bed, maybe the day is slowing down for parents. That's when a lot of people who work full time tend to spend a little bit of time on their phone catching up throughout the day. So maybe you'll intentionally send send something around 5 o'clock, because you know shortly thereafter is probably when they're going to get a chance to see it, and their night is probably slowing down, so they might have some time to indulge in whatever you're trying to share. So take a look at some of your results in your store and see, check it, just the timing kind of information about when people are making orders. So maybe you want to send them whatever the broadcast or email is a few hours before that typical order usually comes through, to again try and hit them around those couple hours later when they're most likely be opening that email. So just a little hack I wanted to share with you guys, aside from the whole 3 to 4 hours after situation, is that if you know of a competitor who's in the same niche as you, or you know, kind of doing the same kind of model as you, and you feel like their business is doing well, join their email list. See what kind of stuff they're sharing with their competitors, so that you can adopt anything that you missed or you haven't been doing that you're seeing is clearly working for them. I think Picasso said it, good artists copy, great artists steal. And basically what that means is, if you see something that is working, adopt the part of it that makes sense into your own behaviors and mannerisms, and you can bring in some of whatever the benefit of that is into your own experience. So if you notice you hack a competitor and you notice that they're including gifts immediately followed by a call to action, and for you think that's really working for them, maybe adopt something similar where you're going to incorporate some kind of animated image and then shortly after following with a call to action to buy, and then see if it works for you as well, because success usually leaves crumbs, and a great way to kind of figure things out or buffer while you're still learning is to hack your competition and get an idea of what they're doing right. So optimal sending times actually vary by industry depending on what it is you guys are talking about. A good example of that is the difference between like a single mom, most likely busy in the morning, but someone in the corporate world later in the afternoon is probably commuting back home, driving, or on the bus or something like that, and it may not necessarily be the best time to message them around then. So days of the week and holidays also play into factors and something that you're going to want to pay attention to. This is kind of just like a little bonus for you guys about some of the overall industries and when it might be a good time to send some of these emails for those people. I hope that was helpful. I'll see you guys on the outside for a salutation, and I guess that's it for now. Okay guys, so that was today's episode on timing, copy, and I'm blanking. Timing, copy, and design. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, comments, please hit me up in the comment section. Like, share, tell your aunties, neighbors, cousins, sisters, best friend about me. Tell them to holla at your boy. If you know someone who is running an e-commerce or Shopify store and looking for some help with their email marketing to increase their sales without having to spend any more money on advertising, let them know, and I'll show them how they can double down on the list they've already created to generate more sales for their business. I think that's it for me, guys. I'm out. Deuces. I'll see you guys in a week or so. I think we're moving on to software now, so hopefully that's going to be beneficial for you guys as well, and maybe I can give you guys a really brief kind of rundown of why I like those softwares. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. I thank you so much for your time. Like I said, please like and share, and if you know someone who's looking for the service I provide, tell them holla at your boy. Have a good day, guys.